the right quarterback to lead your team to victory in Week 7? We have you covered with our favorite QBs to start and some players you might want to keep on your bench.
Yeah, and don't forget, this week we're giving away a Patrick Mahomes autographed print direct from the NFL shop. We're giving it away to one lucky subscriber. We're going to do that live on our Sunday start-sit show before the games. So if you want to be eligible to win an autographed Patrick Mahomes print, just click that subscribe button, and maybe you'll be the lucky winner.
There you go. Watch us every Sunday, 2 hours before kickoff. Getting back to the quarterbacks, Chris. Luckily, the quarterbacks have been pretty immune to injuries so far this year, but bye weeks and whatnot, you still have some decisions to make. Let's talk about who's your favorite guy to start this week, must start for quarterback.
Yeah, this is a guy, he started out like a house of fire, kind of struggled the last couple of weeks. They had that weird Tuesday game, then they had like a weird start time on Monday, but I think he bounces back big time this week against the Jets, and that's Josh Allen. We know the Jets are awful. We know they can't stop anybody. They can't do anything on offense. The only possible concern here is that they just blow him out and he doesn't have to do anything, but I think that's okay. I think by the time that happens, he'll have already thrown for 3 touchdowns and 300 yards, so I don't think it matters. So if you're starting to get nervous about Josh Allen after the last couple of weeks, don't be nervous. Put him in with confidence this week. I think he blows up.
Yeah, I mean, how could you not have confidence going against the Jets at this point, right? So my first must-start pick, very similar actually to everything you just said, except a lot older. That'd be Aaron Rodgers, also due for a bounce back. Let's just forget last week ever happened. I'm sure he already has, or at least he's trying really hard to. This is definitely a much better matchup against the Texans, right? They give up a lot of points to passing. Well, they actually give up a lot of points to the running game too. So that would be the only concern, is the fact that maybe the running game is so effective that he doesn't really need to pass a lot. But you know what? Knowing Aaron Rodgers, he's going to be motivated. He's going to want to throw in the end zone as much as possible. And there is a possibility this game goes back and forth because Houston's offense could be pretty effective. But Texans, regardless of how bad their run defense is, they still allow the fourth most fantasy points to the passing game. So I would say you can plug Rodgers back in. He'll be fine. Don't worry about him.
Yeah, I like Aaron Rodgers a lot this week. Totally agree with that pick. I'm going to go with a guy who was a popular streamer for a couple weeks and really disappointed last week, and that's Teddy Bridgewater going against the Saints. I know we think the Saints good defense. Well, they are a good defense against a run. They're really good against a run. Terrible against the pass, right? They've given up 3 or more touchdowns in 4 straight games. Haven't given up less than 2 touchdowns in a game yet. I think this is a game where Carolina is going to have to pass a lot. He's going to have to rely on Mike Davis out of the backfield, which is good for him. I don't know, last week he thought he could just fling the ball around to Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore and didn't even look Mike Davis's way. It didn't work. It doesn't work. He's going to have to go back to Mike Davis. But I do like Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore this week as well. I like this entire passing game against the Saints. Like I said, they're a pass funnel defense, very good against the run, not very good against the pass. So Teddy B, if you're looking for a streamer, will light it up this week.
Yeah, another bounce back candidate. Again, you have to go week by week. Doesn't matter what happened last week. Starting over here. It's too bad, really, the Panthers don't have a good pass catching tight end that we can rely on, because the Saints are actually the worst against the tight end. But yeah, you got to start Anderson, Moore, and all those other guys too. And then I'm going to go with the guy I know we've talked about. If you check out our running back and wide receiver episodes, guys who we think must start, and tight end too. We really like the Chargers this week. I really like Justin Herbert just in general, but especially in fantasy. And this week is definitely no exception. Going against the Jaguars, I feel like he's going to carry this team. It's not that they necessarily will need to pass a lot, but I think they're going to be very effective when they pass. So I like Herbert. You know what? He was entering kind of every week start category as far as being a top 12 quarterback for fantasy. And then they had the bye. What has changed? Nothing, right? He's got Mike Williams back healthy. That is a team that I really like their passing offense going forward. So I feel really good about Herbert against Jacksonville this week.
I agree again. I love Herbert this week. I love him in DFS. I think he's gonna have a huge week.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't feel quite so good about some other guys. So Chris, who is your quarterback that you are going to sit? Maybe your must sit.
Yeah, it's Jared Goff. I know he's been good lately, but he's going against Chicago. Chicago, the toughest defense against quarterbacks. They've yet to allow more than one touchdown in a game through the air. They have 2 games where they didn't allow a touchdown at all. They have yet to give up a 300-yard passer. And it's not like they've played, terrible quarterbacks. They played Stafford. They've played Matt Ryan. They've played Tom Brady. They've played some good offenses and shut them down. This is an elite passing defense. So I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I don't think the Rams are going to be able to do much on offense. This is like one of those 250-yard, 1-touchdown games, maybe 1 or 2 interception games from Jared Goff. I would be benching Jared Goff this week.
Yeah, that Chicago defense is no joke. And you know what? I was tempted to pick Goff too. Only reason I'm going to have to back off a little bit just because I was burned by that pick a couple weeks ago. If you guys were watching against Washington, I thought, okay, he's not going to put up great numbers. And then, of course, they decide they were just going to pass all game. So anyways, I just don't trust Sean McVay in any way at this point. I don't want to pick any Rams. Now, this one might seem obvious. Mine must sit here. But, it had a really strong bounce back last week. That offense in San Francisco is looking good. But Jimmy Garoppolo going against New England, there's no way. All right. And not just there's no way in single quarterback leagues. Find an alternative if you can. Even in a 2-quarterback or super flex league, if I can find another alternative, I am. Jimmy Garoppolo can put up really good numbers in really good matchups. And then when it's not going his way, he's really bad. All right. So you don't want to risk, the 0 or, in some leagues, negative points because of turnovers. All right. The Patriots are back in full health, supposedly. That defense is not something you want to play around with. So don't even think about Garoppolo this week. All right. You probably want to think about some other quarterbacks. We can't get to all of them right now, but we will be there, like I said, on Sunday morning. Endgame Live, 2 hours before kickoff. Join us, ask us any start-sit questions, all positions. We've got you covered. Don't forget about that giveaway. Just hit subscribe down below. If you have a question too about what we talked about here, leave us a comment on this channel and give us a thumbs up. All right, we appreciate it. Thanks for watching.